we can evaluate it 10 times per frame. As I told you, and the simulation runs smoother because sometimes you have things that fly too fast. You will have a wind that's very strong, and it throws your nCloth too far. So it will give you inaccurate evaluation. So it'll have like jumps and stuff. So if you have like something flying very fast, you calculate it, and you don't want to change the time. You know, your timing is, or you already have your scene set up. Then you evaluate it more than one time per frame. But in this case, it's fine. So let's create. Let it run for as long as we need, as long as we set. 200 frames, I think. Yes, we have 200 frames. Now we select our nCloth. We don't need it anymore. But right now, what we got just like in animation when we convert, we got point cache. So right now we can go and cache, transfer cache to input mesh. This command, you see. So I go and transfer cache. All right, and then select this man mesh, remove nCloth. Oh my God, what did I do? Oh, still working. It actually goes faster. And now we can go and set it for real time. That's it. We have our animation, and we have a new thing which is all our nCloth set is gone. And now we have nCloth shape cache. And right here we can manipulate that cache. We can make it run faster. We can make it end before, and we can have cycle. Here's the scale. Let's do the scale. Let's make it 5 times something. I don't know which way. Okay. That's a huge flag now. All we did was just change the scale, the cache scale. That's a new thing, by the way, in Maya 2011. I used to, when I had to reverse cache, I used to go and take all my frames, all my files, and go through renamer, so I can rename. You know, I can change the number on them. So that's. Let me show you where is the cache stored. If you go to a project file, data, cache. So that's all your cache. See, from frame 1 to frame 200. Just remember, when you delete it, if you want to make a new one, sometimes it's been kept in your data, in your project file, and it just, you know, so when you have a big simulation, those files going to be like 1 gigabyte big, so you want to get rid of them. Also, you don't want it to interfere with a new cache. So that just for you to know where it goes, it's right here in your Maya folder, data, cache. Because you can go and delete it from here. You can go and select an nCache. You see delete cache, and it says delete files, keep files, but sometimes it doesn't. So if you can keep the files and delete the cache from your scene, or you can hit delete files and it will delete from the folder as well. All right. So we all got the flag cached. Now it's like, if you put the camera here, it's like, oh, huge flag. Okay, everybody got the idea how to cache nCloth? One important thing. So, start new. Let's say we create one nCloth object here. So we'll convert that cube into nCloth by create nCloth. I'll give it some, just for fun, just give it some plane. Okay, give it some more range. And now, what happens if you, for example, you have this cube and you forget, oh, I want some, I want to tweak that object. And if I go to nCloth and I move vertices around, it's not going to work, is it? Oh, it does, but it's not supposed to be that way. Okay. So, in order to tweak and coming back to nCloth, what do you do? There's a command here, here. You select the object, and in nMesh, instead of current mesh, you click Display Input Mesh. And that will show our input object. So if we play simulation right now, nothing happens because it doesn't show the nCloth object. But here we can add subdivisions, or we can tweak our object, do all kind of stuff to it. It's not recommended because it's better to have the, but if you need, it's better to have your history deleted before you apply. So we go back before we run. So we run simulation, nothing happens. So in order to see what's going on, we're going back to nMesh and we say display current mesh, and we click play. So we have our mesh altered and simulating properly. That's important. What else we have? First edition shape. I think we have examples here too of nCloth. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to check here nCloth water you have, right, the thing that we did today. If you want to play, here's a paper airplanes. Like you guys were showing that shot, here's some paper flying around. So that's it. These are great examples of nCloth. There's a slinky here, there's a water paper airplane, so whatever you basically need. And there's some round confetti. Here's a flag. Water tank. So open those, just import, right click, import Maya file, and then play with that. And mesh. Okay, and solver. If you want to have more than one solver, which at this point I don't think you will get into that, but you can assign new solver. Or if you, for example, it happens when you work with multiple scenes and you import them in one scene, you'll end up having a bunch of solvers. So to avoid that and to make your simulation run and interact with each other, all these objects, you just assign one solver. The solver you choose, you say assign. So you select your mesh, just for you to know. It's not, you'll figure out later, but for now.